Bowden Francis, what do you think? What are the chances?
Well, to me, he has become very quickly one of the most important players in Jay's camp because we know well the documented issues of Manoah, both performance and health so far this spring. Gossman has now had a little bit of a hiccup as well. Yadiel Rodriguez certainly has been slowed a bit too. So for all of these reasons, Bowden Francis becomes a very, very important member of this Jays rotation, a very important start on this Thursday against the Tigers in Lakeland. So whenever you're starting on the road in spring training, you typically will face the varsity of the home team. So the Tigers, a better ball club. We're now getting to that point in camp where when you're starting games on the road, typically it means that you're in consideration for a rotation spot. So I think for a lot of reasons, Francis, a very crucial outing this evening. He's pitched pretty well in spring. He's got a lot of believers in this Jays organization in him. He's not a 22-year-old. He's there in his later 20s. So there's an expectation from the Jays that a start like this one against a good Detroit lineup could go a long way toward proving that he's fit for a rotation spot if, for health or performance, Manoah is not ready to take that spot.
Well, it looks like that's what's going to happen right now. You never know with Manoah, I guess, but it's going to be pretty hard for him to come back from this latest, whatever it is, injury. He just won't have pitched enough innings, in my opinion, in the spring to be ready for the season. And Francis will have, right?
And that's the key point, Bob. And for the Jays, let's look at the big picture here. For Alek Manoah, what are the chances coming off of a year in which you did not pitch the number of innings or pitch as well as you expected to pitch in 2023, that you'd be able to come in here and throw 200 innings from the very beginning of the year? Probably not likely. So if Manoah needs a little bit more time, he had the MRI to be sure that things weren't too concerning in terms of the physical examination. So let's, whenever he's ready, get back on the mound. If he needs a little bit more time in spring to be fully prepared for the season, that's okay. And so take Francis, and I'm a big believer, Bob and John, we always look at numbers in spring training. What do they mean? The number that always means the most to me in spring training for pitchers is innings. Innings. Yep. The guys who are on the mound are the guys who are ready. And show me the guys who have gotten a chance to get a good spring underneath them, ready to go. And by all accounts, Francis has been one of their most prepared starting pitchers this spring. So start your most prepared five in late March and early April. And whenever Manoah is ready, and I'm still a believer in Alek, he'll answer the bell at some point in time this season. It does not have to be March 28th.
Yep.
Why are you such a believer in Manoah?
Because I still think it's in there, John. And I know that there's been the ups and downs. The issue with Alek, though, is this, that as much as the command was a concern against the Tigers, he is still someone that is shown with the physical work that he put in during the offseason and the track record of success. That pitcher is still in there. That pitcher is still in there. And the issue, though, with Manoah, and I think he knows this, and maybe that's why perhaps he put a little too much pressure on himself to locate him and be pinpoint in that outing against Detroit. He doesn't throw 99. He never has. He's always been someone who has had to rely on competitiveness and movement and location. And the movement and location are not quite there yet, but I believe he'll get there. And it may require another couple sessions on a backfield and Dunedin to make sure that he's ready to go. But I'm willing to be patient and to say that right now, Bowden Francis might be the better fit to start a game for the Jays in late March. So that way that Manoah can be the Manoah that he needs to be in later April, early May.